Cool, so we're going to call Mr. Ferrier. We're going to talk about the world champs coming up. Boy, go to Messenger. Okay, let me do it from here. It's going to be quicker. This is going to be the best teamwork you've ever seen.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Let's for real maybe just cut the volume here, hey? I think Danshil wins that.
Yeah.
30-27.
Easy.
Where am I? Boy, if you can just start typing in Justin Ferrier. For those of you who don't know who Justin Ferrier is, hang tight, he'll explain who he is.
We're not 100% sure.
Whoa. What's going on there?
Good save, good save.
That got a bit dodgy. That got dodgy. Oh, it's coming in hot.
That was quick reactions.
You gotta be
Good
fast.
see you used to do boxing, eh?
Hello.
Welcome
Hello.
to Radio Top 9.
I have a face for radio. You see that? Look in the back.
Rook, see if we got filters.
Yo, where
I
are
don't
those
fucking
things?
put filters on.
Come on, let's roll with it. Just go with it. Where are these things?
Fuck off with your face in the thing, yeah, man.
Sorry, bro. This is
Yeah,
live
but
radio.
that's
Can you
the
please
main event.
can you please not swear? This is live.
Oh, sorry, guys.
No, I'm joking.
No, we're joking. This certainly isn't
But
live.
Did
Hi.
Danshil win? What happened with the fight?
Yes. Well,
Well, we assume 30-27 Danshil. We
we
assume.
didn't actually stick around for the official decision.
Yeah.
Out grappled that out.
Do you guys not have internet in Durban, or what's going on?
Well, these are.
William
They sent us the
is a
link.
fucking tech savvy guy, and he couldn't log on because it said he had no credentials. I must agree.
How it works is you actually have to register and then watch it.
No, I did.
Did
I
you?
registered. It sent me a link. It said you activated. I clicked on it. It said please enter password. I said I've just done that.
That's so,
William
str-
runs an
that's so
awesome
strange
company.
because we did the same thing.
Yeah,
and
I
it
remember
worked.
doing the exact same thing and it was fine for me.
And you don't own a tech company.
Yeah, I actually sell beer for a living. And it was fine for me.
Well, that's where I went wrong, guys. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Happening.
Hello, gentlemen. What's happening?
Finally, a year late. You're on.
Well,
Sorry
yeah,
about standing for last time. You did make us wait an hour and 10, but we'll take it because we owe.
You told me.
I said 8:30, so what's the time now? 40 minutes. At least we showed up, guys. Just
No, sure. Fair. I'll take it on the chin. We'll serve them.
I didn't even know we were on last time, you know. So it's all about an hour late.
Sounds like a valid excuse.
yeah. Well, anyways, I started this segment by saying we're about to get Justin Ferrier on the show. For those of you who don't know who he is, we'll let you explain.
I'm Justin. I run KZN MMA. I'm a national board
And
member.
KZN.
And pretty much. I've got a good committee. It's not me. It's a whole bunch of us. But yes, I've been around a while, and I love what I do.
And
Nice.
the man to our right,
Mr. Will.
sort of, actually, depends which way you're looking at
Will
this.
I am.
Yeah, Will
Yeah.
I am. On
Tell everyone who you are.
Tell everyone who I am. Okay, at the moment, I'm one of the national coaches, taking the guys across to IMF in 5 days' time. I'm also the KZN head coach from the beginning of this year. And I run the mixed martial arts at Carlson Gracie Lions Den. So that's a little brief synopsis. I've been doing MMA for 12, 13 years, something like that. 20 bone breaks later, whatever it is. All good times.
And he's my only friend.
Fantastic. So obviously the main reason we want to chat to you guys, I think a lot of people in the MMA community have seen this upsurge this year, and I think you guys have been probably the biggest driving force behind the scenes, trying to get fundraisers going, events going, and really trying to make an effort for the guys to get as much of the guys and girls over for the IMF World Champs, get the funding going, doing all those sort of things. So just give us a bit of insight on what's happening, what kind of a team are we sending, and what still needs to be done in this last little bit.
Cool. So I wasn't the first to go to IMF and work as an official, but I went last year with Shireen, Dedra, Ferdy's been before, Raymond's obviously been. But I went last year, and I've obviously been accredited twice under Mark Goddard. He's given me my credentials. And I went last year and I saw the structured worlds, first worlds I'd ever been to. And I was like, surely we can fucking do this now. And I came back and I put, William is a good friend. I've known him for years. We were at GBH together. And I was like, let's structure this thing in our province and do what we can. I put a good committee together. good refs. Maria, who's the real boss of this committee. William came on board, and I'll let William take over from the coaching scenario.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, so we started in the beginning of the year. We did our KZN trials. I think historically, for the last however long we've been sending guys across to Worlds, we haven't had KZN doing much representation. We haven't known about it in the past, really, to be honest with you. So this year we did our KZN trials in the beginning of the year. We took a team across to nationals. From the trials, I mean, we had a day where we did a full session testing the guys, putting them through drills, putting them through tech and the rest of it. We chose a team out of that to represent at nationals. And then we also chose a couple of guys from the various fights like MFC and the rest of it we performed in the past. So we put them on as wild cards. We took them across. KZN did pretty well at the nationals. We performed. The guys did what they needed to do. And from that, a national team was selected for your All Africas, and that was the first sort of filter into All Africas with the Joburg and the Durban guys and the rest of it. And after All Africas, the team was then selected for an initial sort of SA squad, an initial Proteas squad. We chose as many of the guys as we could, the guys that performed, and a couple of criteria, guys who'd actually done the training, who'd gone to nationals, who'd done All Africa, and on top of that, who could commit to it. Because there's a lot of guys who would love to be on the team, but they either have work commitments or they've got varsity or exams, and they just couldn't commit. So we filtered the team down. We got a national training squad together. And, we put in training sessions in Joburg and Durban. The Durban guys went up to Joburg. The Joburg guys came down to Durban. And then I know Joburg's been training up on their side. We've obviously been doing a hell of a lot of work down here every week, putting in as many sessions as we can with all the guys. And that's kind of been where we are. And then the teams sort of filtered down from initially a big group to the guys who, once again, could go overseas, who had the time to invest. And obviously money is a massive thing. That was one of our biggest hurdles. We've got I think when Justin and I originally said we're going to do this in the beginning of the year, one of the criteria we put in place was we wanted to take guys who deserved to go, and we didn't want finances to be a stumbling block. So we didn't want to say, guys who could afford to go just got in simply because they had the money. And not that the guys who have the money don't deserve to go. There are a ton of guys who have the money and do deserve. But on the flip side, we've got a lot of guys from previously disadvantaged communities, townships, whatever it may be, who just don't have a cent to their name, but they are excellent, martial artists. So we made a commitment to try and get as many of those guys across as possible. And that for us has probably been the biggest win.
Yeah.
I think we've been very fortunate to be able to raise the funds and do as much as we can to put all those guys in. So right now, there's no one who deserves to go from our side that we haven't been able to get on the team, to be honest with you, from a financial point of view, which is huge.
There's a ton of guys that should be in the team.
Yeah.
But commitment, whatever. And we're not here to talk about the negativity, but for me, next year, the hurdlers now, we'll get through next week, the Worlds, and then next year we hope to take everybody. Like, we want to leave nobody behind, but you've got to start somewhere.
I think the big thing is if you look at this year compared to previous years, there's been no real media or Facebook coverage in previous years as much as there has been this year. It's been very active. So I think there's no excuses next year for guys not being aware of trials, All Africa, nationals, and the rest of it. It's been all over it. Everyone's talking about it. You guys are talking about it. Other media outlets are talking about it. It's all over Facebook. The master page has got it. KZN, MMA has got it. So I think next year we're going to see a massive uptake on guys who want to be part of this now, because it has been a good journey from where we started in January to where we are now. It's been a hell of a hard year, I'll be honest with you. It's been I thought just coming on board and doing the coaching would be the big part, the easy part. That really hasn't been, to be honest with you. The coaching's something I enjoy. It's fun. It's obviously hard work. I've just come from a 2-hour session with the guys now. But
Mr. Fitness.
someone's got to do it. But it's been the big issue has been the fundraising. I thought we'd raise funds a lot easier than we have, to be honest with you. I thought corporates would come on board. I thought we were going to get a lot more money than we did up front, and we didn't, and that was the issue. So that's why, thanks to Justin, he's put a hell of a lot of work in on getting that fundraising going. doing our, from when we did Submission Kings.
Yeah.
2
Where's
weeks
your
ago.
medal, Warren? Where's your gold Rashi?
It's all sitting at home at the moment.
Yeah, Warren.
No.
I don't like to gloat so much that we went to Durban and just absolutely stole everything and came back
Well,
home.
we did the same thing with MMA, so
Yeah.
No, fair enough.
I was gonna roll, but I thought, shame, you guys came all the way.
Luke Moore was definitely
He's like, I'm in the under 80s. I was like, cool, go away in. He's like, no, I just ate a boerewors roll. Likely
That's
story.
pure, yeah.
Likely story.
It's like that pool table hustle, eh? Oh, how do I play this game?
Yeah.
But I think, the big thing is we've had a bit of success with the fundraising. It's a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. We did the rash guards, we did raffles, we did an exhibition MMA tournament which raised money, sub kicks. Obviously, all the funds raised from that hasn't gone to Justin and myself. It's obviously gone to the team. And we've had guys come on board. We've had anonymous donors who don't want to be named, who are doing it just because they see what we put in. They don't want any credit, and they've actually put some money in. So I think we've been blessed with that. It's been great to see guys putting faith in what we're doing and actually coming on board with money and actually investing in what they see as the athletes. It's humbling.
It does. It makes such a difference with like a corporate sponsor. Like we obviously got CMH. Haven't given us a huge amount of money, but have given us support for venues. We're doing a kit handover in their boardroom on Thursday. Cars when we need it, even when we needed to go to see the judge. Like it makes such a from a support structure, and then other people starting to believe in you because you've got a listed company believing in you.
Yeah.
It makes a huge difference. And also, like a lot of it rides on our reputation, the fact that we have good names. People know me to be a straight shooter. People will have an opinion about me, good or bad. They still do know who I am, and I really.
And then,
I'm not mine.
and then with regards to the team, I know there's been a lot of who's on the team, who's not on the team, how was it selected? Like I said in the beginning, there was a process that was followed from the nationals to All Africa to
albeit rushed, but it was followed.
Yeah,
Sure.
yeah, and so there are a lot of guys, and everyone's, is this the best team we could have selected? It's the best team that was available. Are there other guys in there who have titles in other divisions and other organizations who would love to have bought? Absolutely, but if they didn't make themselves available, it's very difficult. We actually approached certain guys, asked them to be part of the national setup early on, and they actually turned us down. They didn't want to get involved, and that was 6 months ago. 8 months
A lot of
ago.
people didn't believe in it, and only you'll find a lot of people. It's difficult to buy into something. Only when you've had success or structure, and we've shown that there's structure. Now they go, hang on, there's something to fight for other than a local title. There's actually I can be world ranked.
Yeah.
And what we've noticed now is I've got a ton of guys messaging me, asking when the KZN trials are going to be. Can they now pre-register? Can they get involved? So I think our next trials is going to be huge compared to we had a good turnout initially, but I think now we are going to have a massive turnout just considering the interest that's been generated and how well the guys have actually done.
Yeah.
So from our team perspective, we've got a good team. We genuinely do. We're sitting with some really good guys who are holding a bunch of titles, guys who fought a lot. So, we've got the 2 guys going to senior division, and then we've got 4 juniors or the under 21s going. And I think the experience these guys are going to gain is brilliant, but we're not going across just to get experience. It's an expensive hobby just to get experience. We're actually going across to hopefully perform, to be honest with you. I think this year is going to be obviously the hardest one we've ever had. All the divisions are stacked. I mean, you're looking at, in the past, there were empty divisions or a couple of guys here and there. These divisions are full. There's 32 guys in the division. Almost all the male divisions are full except for super heavy and flyweight. So your lightweights, your bantams, your feathers, your welters, your middles, you got a full division, 32 guys. It's going to be a tough tournament, to be honest with you. But we got a bunch of good guys there. Francois Mayo, obviously, I mean, he's gone before. He's done exceptionally well. He's probably, as you guys have said before, one of the top ranked amateurs in the country. He's put a lot of work in. He spent 2 weeks in Durban. The last 2 weeks training. He's flying back down tomorrow. So he's putting the effort in. Obviously, Peace is a champion. He's fought at 5 stars. The guy's exceptionally good as well. So he's representing from.
And watch out for these 2 juniors, Richard and Cameron Coulson.
Yeah. So Richard's a killer. I mean, the guy's fit as days, great stand-up. He's been working a lot. Cameron Coulson won at Nationals, hasn't lost yet. Junior just turned 18. He's got a good future ahead of him. And then obviously you've got Andrew Caruth, who's a defending champion from MFC, featherweight champion. He went last year. So, there's another title holder who's doing well. Voyu Jula, obviously MFC champion, went to GFC, picked up a title there last month, so he's a Joburg champion as well. The guy's got
He's had like 24 fights or 25 fights.
28 fights, I think,
Yeah.
20
Nice
odd
mental.
wins. So, we've got good guys. I know there's been a lot of guys saying, oh, no, there were better guys or there were this and that. I don't know. The guys we've got have actually proved it, and they've done particularly well on the SA circuit. Whether they perform on the world circuit, I mean, that's obviously, what we're going to see. It won't be through lack of effort and trying. I mean, the guys down this side now, we've been putting in the sessions. We're doing probably 3 to 4 sessions a week with these guys.
Plus their own home gym. Yeah.
Plus their own home gyms. And that's been the biggest thing that we've seen happen over the last sort of the evolution of this year is I'm talking from a Durban point of view specifically, because this is where we obviously do a lot of our work, is the gym politics breaking down. In the beginning, it was difficult for you to get a guy from a different gym to come train at your gym and give up their training time. Their coaches wouldn't be happy with that. Right now, we've got 6 different gyms in Durban all working together. The guys come through, they train, they work together, and they don't do it in any resentment. We've got guys going out of their way, 50 Ks, to pick up a guy who's not even from their gym to bring him to national training and drop him off after training, because these guys have now been together for 8 months.
Warren wants to ask a question. He's biting it.
It's
No.
biting it.
Talk. Do your thing, man. Do your thing.
1,000 word
I got a couple of questions, but I'll let you.
Like I said,
I'll let you
so
guys run it.
For me, that's been a big evolution. Is we've tried to break down that barrier and actually say, guys, this is for the national team. This isn't your individual gyms and the rest of it. So, and we've done training sessions at multiple gyms. I haven't just said, okay, we're going to do it at my gym. No, I've gone to another gym. I've gone to other guys' gyms, giving them a chance so they don't have to travel. Bring the team there. It's been good, and we've had a lot of buy-in, which I think is great from the other coaches. And we've been happy to let them get involved as well. It's at the end of the day, we don't know everything. I don't know everything, and if I can get expertise elsewhere, you can assist.
Yeah, Rich Con came down for a day and helped us out.
Gareth McKellen came to the session. That was a great session. The tech was good, but the actual speech he did afterwards was amazing.
Bro, if we could give that to you, that was the big. I actually sent it to Don Shield to listen, because he joined the session, to listen before his fight. Bro, it is like Braveheart stuff. Unbelievable speech by Gareth.
You feel like you can take on the world. Fucking
Yeah.
cause a revolution.
Like,
Hate speech. Start a hate speech.
So just to first question, right? So there was a youth world championships earlier this year, and now you said there's a youth component in this world championships. What's the differentiating factor between those
I
two?
think it was called cadet. Forgive me because it is new and I haven't learned all of the terminology. There was a youth which was, call it up to 16 years old.
Okay.
This, when we say junior,
Up to 18, yeah.
18 to 21.
Oh, okay.
That's the cut. So guys that are 19 can compete as seniors, but if they're in that bracket, like Sabelo is fighting, Ade is fighting, they 20, but they're fighting 18 to 21. So if Cameron, for example, and Rickard, they're both 18, they can fight for 3 years as juniors. They can then turn senior, or if they're tired after year juniors, they can compete in the senior division. They're just giving more depth for guys that are like, you don't want to go be 19 years old and go fight a 27-year-old Russian.
Yeah, 100%.
So I think.
Why is it always the Russians, Ferrier?
Bro, they are scary dudes, bro. Promise you.
All I'm saying is Dan Shield went there for a week to do pharmaceuticals in Russia. And,
Yeah, we heard
And
that.
he was looking a bit
he looked,
thick in
he
this
looked a
fight.
bit shredded for this fight.
We had the right-
No, we're only
Eastern
joking.
European bloc,
He looked the same.
And she's a vegetarian, you know that.
What, so
They wa-
vegetarians can't do steroids? is
they,
that
wa-
what you're
they,
saying?
wa- they watched the Game Changers documentary.
Listen, I just want to clear the air here. We are not saying that Shields on steroids. It's just a joke. It's just a joke. Everybody it's just a joke.
Then my second question. So how much did it cost for these guys to go? And is there any shortfall yet still outstanding for these guys
It costs a fuckload of money.
per person?
A fuckload per person.
30,
About 31,000.
About 31 grand. So everyone's on the plane. By hook, not by crook, but we've swiped a few credit cards. We've had some help there. Some money owed to myself and William, but that's not our concern now. Yes, I'm I'm going to find a way next year to monetize it because it's not sustainable just paying for things.
No, we can't do what we did this year. You know,
Just that it's too much financial strain, but we made a promise and we followed through on it. All donations are welcome. You know, we did send money, but you know, it was hard, but it had to be done. Yes, we are short technically because if William and I had to call in our loans, it would be bankrupt. But it was a case of we're going. So we still are. We are still fundraising and things like that. But it's about 31 grand a person, and we helped a lot of people. Some of them are pet projects.
Yeah.
So
Some of them
everyone,
have helped themselves.
so everyone's entered. Everyone's got a flight. Everyone's got accommodation.
We just ruined my fundraising for the last week. Yes. Everyone's going. They're on the plane.
Yeah, so we were able to, you know, the initial thing was obviously getting the guys registered, and that was about 12,000 rand a person, so $860. So everyone was
12,700.
registered. Yeah, so
Is that for
everyone
the
was
flight
registered.
and the registration to fight?
No, just
No,
the registration.
Just the registration.
Just to
You know,
compete.
we've got disadvantage on the dollar, just to enter. But it does include your
Your
hotel,
kids and your hotel.
your kids in your hotel, and
Oh,
the
okay.
hotels are up, and your food is included.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is a waste to anybody trying to do a weight cut.
You almost gave me a heart attack to think like $860 just to compete. I was like,
No,
holy
it is,
shit.
It includes, like, at the hotels are really nice, bro. So you get your coffee and your water. You're not going to get Cokes and that.
Yeah.
But, and ink no dogs. But you are covered in terms of buffet breakfast, buffet dinner, and then they give you vouchers for lunch. And then it's the Emirates flights I managed to get for 11.2 or so.
11.2, yeah.
Yeah, they would normally be about 14 grand.
So yeah, we were lucky. Yeah, if you paid if you had a Nedbank corporate card, you got a 25% discount on the base fare. So Jay and I both have cards, so luckily we were able to knock 25% off, which was a bonus. We looked at all the options. Hey?
Ethiopian Airlines,
Ethiopian, whatever.
How far is Bahrain from Dubai?
Hour and 20
Yeah,
on a flight. It's quick.
So the
Like
Dubai
you'll
the Dubai
spend
flight's
more
like
time-
6 grand, right? Like
Listen, I just want to put a disclaimer here because Warren tried to tell me the same cuck for Abu Dhabi, but it's what he's
It was
about
that,
to
bro.
what he's
it
about
was
to
6
say is
grand.
completely
I
wrong.
You're flapping your wings to get there. It's not 6 grand.
Maybe-
Last time anyone
maybe
was 6
if
grand
you've
was
got a
Durban to
2
Cape
day-
Town.
No, look, it can be done. It can be done because
How
I
much
flew
did you
to
pay?
Abu Dhabi for under 6, but I was
Never.
smart. Promise you.
How?
I'll show you.
Please.
Did you go in like the baggage?
No, Qatar. Qatar Airways.
Oh, how long did you
I went
Tell
in the
us,
very
you
best.
You have just put
in
your
the
hand
very-
up as the
in
official
very best
flight
seat
organizer for
economy has
Masa.
to offer. I'll
Very
show,
basic.
yeah, the very best seat economy has to offer. You know, I'll seat row 25A.
Other toilets.
on the toilet.
Yeah, no.
Then
It's
you're
just
saying-
shocking.
Good
It's
job,
just shocking.
guys.
It's just
No, but
shocking.
like in all fairness, like good job. Like
Yeah.
you got
Listen,
everyone there.
guys, sorry. Look, I know we can speak forever, but we've got a date with the matchmaker for Brave, and so
Really ditched again, eh?
we got to get that done.
Ditched
But
again.
Yusuf.
before that happens, I don't know if it's happened for you guys, but I'm gonna try to say it as best as I can. Obviously, you guys are trying to be as humble as possible. You've dug into your own pockets for the sake of MMA South Africa. All we can say is thank you for that. Your work's not going unnoticed. Even if it's only the two of us idiots singing your praises here.
And Rock.
Yeah.
Rock. Even though he's watching R. Kelly
Yeah.
videos.
Rock's busy playing
put
Candy
filters on my face.
Crush in the corner here. I do apologize. You can't take him anywhere. It was a chatty Cathy, no, but Nice said a word. You know, so honestly, guys, thank you for your work that you've done. I mean, I've got goosebumps to just bear witness to what you guys have done. It's a kind of thing that's waiting for initiative for guys to grab it by the balls and just go with it. And we thank you guys for that, man.
Yeah, look, guys,
Thank you for the
No, we
recognition.
appreciate it. And at the end of the day, I know it's just us on camera now talking, but there's a whole bunch of guys.
Well, you
behind
were
us.
supposed to be at 4 Elements a while ago, but we won't go there.
I believe I was running a national training session that day. Eh?
I was just tired.
I was just tired. He says.
On one last note, though, how can everyone watch the World Championships and
I think
what
it's
are the
on
dates?
IMF.tv,
It
but
is.
what I am going to do is I'll send you a link, and are you good at links? I'm not. I'll send you the link when I'm there, so you can watch it.
So yeah, give us the link and we'll share it because you're actually
We'll send you
useless.
the link and you share it. Yeah.
That's a good idea. Well, guys, sorry we have to cut you, but thank you for your time. Good luck with everything out there. We,
Appreciate it.
whatever we are, we represent, and we're back behind you guys. And thank you for your work.
Thank you.
Cheers, guys.
Thanks,
Appreciate it so
Cheers.
much.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, man. So that was Ferrier and Will.